Have you ever started searching for a home online only to feel frustrated that nothing seems to check all the boxes? You find the one that's in the perfect neighborhood, but it needs a total remodel. Another one looks like it's straight out of a magazine, but it's way outside your budget. And then there's the one that's affordable and updated, but it's nowhere near the area that you actually want to live. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In fact, this is probably the number one thing that surprises buyers when they start their home search here in Eugene. Realizing that the perfect home might not exist in the exact way that you imagined. The good news is, once you understand how the process really works and set realistic home search expectations, it becomes so much easier. Hi, I'm Bryn, a realtor here in Eugene, Oregon. On this channel, I coach you through the real estate process and have some fun along the way. Here's the truth. Every home search in Eugene comes down to three main pillars: price, condition, and neighborhood. And unless you're shopping with an unlimited budget, you usually only get to have two of those exactly how you want them. The third is where compromise comes in. Let's start with price, because that often is the starting point for most buyers. Getting pre-approved early on is essential, not only so you know what you can afford, but so you can make confident decisions when the right house comes along. Once you know your budget, it's time to get familiar with what that money actually buys in Eugene. For example, as of this fall, the median home price here is hovering around $500,000. If your budget is around $475,000, that might get you a nicely maintained 3-bedroom home in Santa Clara. But if you're hoping for a move-in ready house in the Friendly Street area or South Hills, where homes often start closer to the mid-600s and go up from there, you may need to rethink your strategy. Maybe you expand your budget, or maybe you're willing to take on a home that needs little work. Either way, knowing the numbers ahead of time keeps expectations realistic. The second pillar is neighborhood, and this one is huge. It's the location, location, location piece you've probably heard a million times, and it's true for a reason. You can remodel a kitchen or replace a roof, but you can't change what school district a house is in, how long your commute will be, or whether you're walking distance to your favorite coffee shop. In Eugene, every neighborhood has its own personality. South Eugene offers tree-lined streets, top-rated schools, and quick access to parks and trails, but you'll pay a premium for that lifestyle. Friendly Street has a charming, community-driven feel with older homes full of character, but they might require more maintenance. River Road or Bethel can offer larger homes for the money, but they might mean a longer drive or a different vibe. So if your neighborhood is your top priority, that's great. Just be prepared to adjust something else. Maybe you go for a smaller home or the one that needs updates. Or maybe you expand your search radius to find something that balances location and budget. The third pillar is condition, the actual state of the home. This is where a lot of buyers get caught off guard. It's easy to fall in love with a perfectly renovated kitchen and brand new flooring, but those updates come at a cost. And in a town like Eugene, where many homes were built decades ago, finding one that's completely turnkey in your dream neighborhood and within budget can be tough. If condition is at the top of your wish list, you might need to compromise on where the home is located. For example, you might find a beautifully updated home in West Eugene that checks every box inside, but isn't in your first choice school district. On the flip side, if you're determined to be in South Eugene or near the Ferry Street Bridge, it might mean buying a house that needs some cosmetic updates. But you can tackle those projects over time. Here's the reality. Most buyers end up with two of these three pillars exactly how they want them, and they compromise on the third. And that's not a bad thing. It's actually how you make smart, strategic decisions that line up with your lifestyle and long-term goals. For example, maybe you care most about price and neighborhood. That might lead you to a fixer-upper in a great area, something you can improve over time. Or maybe condition and price matter most. Then you might focus on the neighborhoods a little farther from the center of town. And if neighborhood and condition are non-negotiable, you'll probably need to stretch your budget or adjust your timeline to save more money before buying. The key is understanding this dynamic before you start touring homes. When you set your home search expectations in Eugene around these three pillars, you take the pressure off trying to find the one that checks every single box. Instead, you focus on finding the best fit, a home that supports your lifestyle now and gives you room to grow into the future. Buying a home is one of the biggest decisions you'll make, and it's easy to get swept up in the details. But if you can stay grounded in your priorities and be honest about where you're willing to compromise, you'll be able to approach your search with confidence and clarity. If you found this helpful and want more tips on navigating the Eugene real estate market, I post videos every week breaking down everything from neighborhoods to market trends to buyer strategies. Feel free to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you're just starting your search and want to talk through your priorities, you can always reach out. I'm happy to help you think through your options and set a plan that makes sense for you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.